You build bridges and tunnels and airports and lovely things. I went, I fancy doing that. That sounds all right.
I think STEM is exciting and engaging.
There's so many engineering sort of roles out there.
But the thing that makes it interesting is how it's applied, what you do, the people you meet, the impact you have.
Now is really a great time to be in engineering because the art of the possible is limitless.
It's about coming to work every day and being excited.
Whatever your passion is, whatever you're interested in, you will find a home in the railway.
The variety that the railway holds.
It's quite mind-blowing about how much opportunity there is out there.
And with continued investment, the sky's the limit.
It's moving so fast and so forward.
You don't know what's around the corner.
If you join engineering now, you'll get to see that innovation.
I like knowing how things work. If you know how something works, you can develop it, put your own idea on it.
Design things and make them come to life. I think that's quite empowering.
You can think of these out-of-the-box ideas and see how we can make that work within the railway industry.
You get to see a project from beginning to end where you're really part of delivering something, not just for yourself, for people, for passengers.
I enjoy working for the railway industry. I see it as a big opportunity for me to be able to make a difference.
On the railway, although we do lots of engineering, it still runs on people.
I think more women need to be on the front line.
I'm really looking forward to how we're going to challenge those boundaries that we've had because it's always been that way.
You shouldn't let anybody stand in the way of what it is that you're trying to achieve with your life.
Now's the time, be involved.
If you can imagine it, you can do it.
10 years from now, I've wanted to change something. I want to see a lot more females around.
I would love to continue being an advocate for women in engineering and getting girls into STEM.
I'd like to play a part in helping change the future of the railway.
Find something that will make you jump out of bed in the morning and go, yeah, I'm going to go and make a difference today.
Engineering's where it's at.
One of them is, why did you choose to be an engineer? Well, actually, the route into engineering is very similar for a lot of people. I really enjoyed maths and sciences at school, but I wanted to do something really practical. And engineering enables us to take science and make them practical. So that's when I decided to pursue engineering. The reason I chose to do aeronautical was because planes, helicopters and rocket ships are really cool, and I wanted to understand them and get to know them better, and so decided to study it at university. And now I'm doing a PhD in aeroacoustics, so I actually look at researching new ways of making jet engines quieter. And so I have a look at some of the other questions we've got. So what do you do if things go wrong? Well, as an engineer, you actually have a lot of problem solving skills. You constantly come up with new ideas and people ask you how best you can solve them. So actually it's about learning from experience, asking lots of other people, because engineering is a collaborative effort, and trying to come up with a solution if things are not going as planned. And as you can probably tell from me jumping in here, as an engineer, that teamwork, that communication skills enables me to react to situations and try and do my very best. And so one last question. What is it like working in a male-dominated industry? Well, I am in the 10% of women that work in aeronautical engineering, so we're quite outnumbered. But for me, it doesn't make a lot of difference, because in STEM and STEAM, it's about you as a person, your skills, your experiences. So I feel that I'm good on my job and I have a lot to offer. So I try to walk in with that confidence, and generally people accept you as the talented engineer that you are, or that you're trying to be. So now we are going to move on to our next presentation. So I hope you enjoyed that quick interlude. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Maddie, and today I'm here at Network Rail to explore and discover some of their innovative and often recognisable technologies and find out how they're using them in really interesting ways. Let's go take a look. Have you ever used a virtual reality headset? Maybe for watching 360 video or gaming? Well, here they're using exactly the same technology, but to solve some real world problems. Whoa! Oh, this is so strange. Okay, so right now in this virtual world, I'm walking along a train line, and there are people over here. I can see some construction going on over there. And you might notice I'm actually stood between these two room sensors. They're called lighthouses, but this means that my movement is really accurate with the 360 video that I'm currently watching. But what's the point? Well, lines like this can be extremely busy, so much so that in some places you can only walk along them like this maybe 2 times a year during the day. But by filming them like this once, suddenly you can give access to hundreds of people. You could have people in different rooms all over the world watching the same video at the same time, which makes decision making and discussions about updating the train tracks or adding signal boxes not only easier, but much safer too. I want another go.
But that's not the only tech you might recognise. Oh, hang on. That's better? Drones and drone pilots. Yeah, that's a real job. But these guys don't just fly them around for fun. The drones have some really high-spec cameras on board, which lets them observe what's going on the tracks from a safe distance. But also, they can get to hard-to-reach places like the underside of bridges, or closer to things like highly electrified overhead wires. But not only that.
They can get further a lot faster than we can.
It's off. Wow. From up in the air to down on the ground, it's time to travel on the tracks. But what makes a train innovative? Well, this is one of the brand new Crossrail trains. It's going to travel up to 40 metres underground and will be carrying thousands of people in and out of London every single day. And to help it do that, it's got some pretty nifty features. The cab feels really space age, but that's because it's got some advanced technology on board. This cab is always going to have someone in it, but the train is mostly automated. It drives itself, and thanks to something called in-cab signalling, now we can have more trains along one piece of line because the trains are communicating with each other, so they know where each other are. We have seen some amazing uses of technology, VR headsets, drones, but none of this would be possible without the people that made them. Studying or getting involved in STEM subjects means that you could be an inventor, a creator, an engineer of the future. So just go online and search Network Rail Awesome Railways to find out more.